Welcome to Storied Audio. When Haley unlocked the door to the apartment for the last time, she thought she was prepared. The breakup had happened 3 weeks earlier. 3 painful weeks of sleepless nights, unanswered texts, and pretending she was fine whenever friends asked how she was doing. She wasn't fine. Nothing about leaving the apartment she had shared with Ryan for 3 years felt fine. She had come back only to collect the last of her things. At least that's what she told herself. The apartment was empty now. Ryan had already moved out. The silence hurt. Every corner held a memory. The couch where they watched movies. The kitchen where they danced while making dinner. The balcony where he once told her she was the best thing that had ever happened to him. Haley blinked away tears and headed toward the bedroom. She opened drawers and packed the remaining items into boxes. Then she reached Ryan's nightstand. She pulled it open. Inside was a small black box. Her heart stopped. Slowly, her trembling fingers lifted it. No. The word escaped her lips as she opened it. An engagement ring. A beautiful diamond ring. The kind of ring she'd secretly dreamed about. The kind of ring Ryan could barely afford. The kind of ring a man only bought when he was absolutely sure. Haley sank onto the edge of the bed. Her hands shook violently. The room blurred through her tears. It wasn't just a ring. It was a future. A future that had died before it ever had a chance to begin. At the bottom of the drawer was a folded receipt. The date on it made her stomach twist. Ryan had bought the ring 6 months ago. 6 months before they broke up and everything fell apart. Haley burst into tears. Because now she knew. Ryan had planned to ask her to marry him. And somehow, somewhere, he had changed his mind.
But why?
What happened? That question haunted her for days. Eventually, she called Ryan's older brother, Mark. At first, he refused to get involved. But after hearing Haley sob through the phone, he finally sighed. You really don't know, do you? Know what? There was a long silence. Then Mark spoke. Ryan overheard you. Haley frowned. Overheard what? The conversation at Jessica's birthday party. Her stomach dropped. The party. 7 months ago. She remembered it instantly. The girls had been sitting around a table talking about relationships. One of her friends had jokingly asked if Ryan was really her type. Haley had laughed. She remembered saying something stupid and careless. Something she never thought Ryan would hear. He isn't exactly who I pictured myself ending up with. The moment the memory surfaced, she felt sick. Mark continued. He heard that part. Haley covered her mouth. He didn't hear the rest. The tears came immediately, because she remembered the rest too. She had continued talking. She had said Ryan wasn't the man she imagined when she was younger. He wasn't rich or flashy. He wasn't exciting in the way some people were. But he was kind, loyal, patient, the safest place she'd ever known. The man she loved more than anyone. The man she wanted forever. But Ryan hadn't heard any of that. He had walked away after the first sentence. And apparently, he'd never recovered. Why didn't he tell me? Haley whispered. Mark's voice softened. Because it broke him. Haley cried harder. He bought the ring before that night. What? He was going to propose the next month. Her heart shattered. He told me after he heard you. Said he couldn't stop thinking about it. Said he felt like he was a consolation prize. No. He started believing you settled for him. Haley could barely breathe. Every argument after that suddenly made sense. Every time Ryan seemed distant. Every time he asked if she was happy. Every time he looked at her like he was waiting for bad news. The breakup hadn't happened overnight. It had happened one broken piece at a time. And she'd never known why. For the next week, Haley carried the ring everywhere. Not because it belonged to her. Because it reminded her of what she'd lost. Finally, she decided she couldn't live with the regret anymore. She drove to Ryan's new apartment. The entire ride, she rehearsed what she would say. Nothing felt right. Nothing felt big enough. When he opened the door, he looked stunned. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Ryan looked tired. Older somehow, like heartbreak had aged him. Haley's eyes immediately filled with tears. I found it. His expression changed instantly. He knew exactly what she meant. The ring. His gaze dropped toward the floor. You shouldn't have seen that. Ryan. I threw it away. No, you didn't.
His jaw tightened.
I should have. The pain in his voice nearly destroyed her. Haley stepped closer. You heard one sentence. Ryan laughed bitterly. One sentence was enough. It wasn't true. It was.
No.
You literally said I wasn't who you pictured yourself ending up with. I was talking about shallow things. It doesn't matter. It does matter. Her voice cracked. Tears streamed down her face. You didn't stay and listen. Ryan looked away. She continued. I said you were better than anything I ever imagined. Silence. I said you were kind. Ryan's eyes slowly returned to hers. I said you were loyal. A tear rolled down his cheek. I said you were the man I wanted forever. The room became impossibly quiet. Haley's voice broke completely. I loved you, Ryan. He closed his eyes. She could see the battle happening inside him. Months of hurt and doubt. Months of believing he wasn't enough. I never settled for you, she whispered. You were my dream. Ryan wiped his face. But every day after that, I kept hearing those words. Haley stepped forward. So hear these words instead. His breathing became uneven. I love you. Another tear fell from his eye. I never stopped. The silence stretched between them. Then Ryan spoke. The saddest words she'd ever heard. I want to believe you. Haley's heart shattered. Because she realized love wasn't always enough. Sometimes damage lingered. Sometimes trust took time. Sometimes hearts didn't heal overnight. Ryan wasn't ready to run back into her arms. But for the first time in months, he wasn't walking away either. And as they stood there crying together, neither of them knew what the future would hold. But one thing was finally clear. They still loved each other. And maybe it was stronger than their misunderstanding. Subscribe to the channel for more audio stories.